Alright, this is Alm turn 28. So yeah, finished research and alteration. Only level 3. I don't think that really gives us too much useful. We can take a look at that in a second. Probably more interested in 4. So there's another battle. We got attacked in that farm province again. Yeah, we brought out a full army here, and yeah, we just left just a tiny bit of province defense. Yeah, personally, I always like leaving. This is just like 1 point of province defense, and it's never going to stop anybody, but it forces them to fight a battle. So you get to see exactly what takes the province. If you don't leave anything, then yeah, you don't get to see the army. So now we know exactly what he brought out, which is definitely useful. But yeah, it was never going to stop it. And then it looks like Macone is fighting Femoria. So I guess Femoria is still alive and kicking, which is impressive. And then we took some provinces back from all the neutrals. Not sure. Oh, yeah, I think we were just... Yeah. So we're kind of doing the same thing that Baratos did before at that fort. So we just send him out and have him retreat, because I want to know exactly how many barbarians are in here. A lot is the answer. So yeah, thinking about attacking this and finally clearing our cap circle, turn 28. But yeah, got our province back from the Ivy Kings. A lot of Ivy Kings and barbarians this game. Yeah, some other unexpected events, but let's look at research real quick. Yeah, so looks like we're aiming at alteration 4. 3 gives us iron skin, which is good for our casters. Maybe mist form for a few of our guys, but nothing too exciting. I think 4 will give us... Actually, why are we going for 4? Yeah, I mean, there's a few things in here. We can use liquid body, which we've seen before, so I mean, that is good. There's body ethereal, which we cannot cast, but has kind of been the bane of our existence. So yeah, our enemies have had alteration 4 for a long time. Yeah, we can use temper flesh. There's a few things in here that are good. Oh, you know what? Yeah, swarm. That's what we can use. This just summons a bunch of bugs. They're not very good, but there's a lot of them, and so yeah, it really ties units up, because like all the time that his sacreds are spending killing bugs is time that they're not killing our warrior maidens, and our warrior maidens get more time to try to, you know, deal with this body ethereal. So yeah, not a great answer, I would say, but Swarm is just sort of a useful spell anyway in a lot of situations, and I do think it will help us here. So yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. But yeah, there's a few other things we can use, and we do want Wooden Warriors is a really good buff, so you know, we'll want Alteration 5 as well, so you know, it's good to get 4. Let's see, we had a few events. Yeah, more province income lost. That just, hey, well, this is resources. So, you know, some slave labor. That's, you know, whatever. I'm not going to look too closely. We need resources. We need all the help we can get. Some more population, so that's good. And more population. Cool. Hey, maybe that's why. So I guess somebody claimed the Throne of Fortune. So I guess it cancels out. It was the Throne of Misfortune active. Now also the Throne of Fortune. So everything is back to normal. And we're back to just our regular Misfortune 1, our normal crappy luck. And then, yeah, we finally finished our first legitimate fortress that we constructed. You know, it just took us to turn 28. Now we still can't recruit mages here because we need, I think, yeah, just a lab for these ones. So that's good. Some mages that are sacred, you need a temple as well. So like for our shamans, we need a lab and a temple. But at least for these jade sorceresses, they're not sacred, so we only need a lab. But we don't have a lab, so still can't recruit any more mages. We don't have a lab here either, so can't recruit any mages here. We did move a mage in, so he's probably here to build a lab. We do have some money saved up, so yeah, I'm probably building a lab here, or maybe here. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. Casting more reanimation. Yeah, Arcocephali just proclaimed another prophet, so yeah, that explains why they were forced to do those blessings in that really big battle rather than a divine blessing. Their prophet was probably dead, and they're just able to redeclare him now. So yeah, we have a bunch of skeletons now. So, they'll help, kind of similar to the bugs, but, they actually have a chance to actually deal some real damage. But, any time that his sacreds are spending killing skeletons is time that, he's not killing the warrior maidens. So, yeah, still just kind of rebuilding forces. He's, starting to regain ground, because, he won that battle, so... we kind of just have to play defense here for a second. And then, yeah, it does look like Arcocephali has managed to do maybe a little bit of raiding, but I don't even think they have any forts free. Maybe something we can't see, but I doubt it. So, yeah, I'd say they're probably done. And then, yeah, I don't know, Furmoria is, still... their capital's under siege, but, they have this force running around out here. So yeah, I'm surprised that they've managed to last this long, especially because they're fighting two different people. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to nail down that last little army and take the capital. Obviously, certainly, I haven't had any success. So yeah, our enemies are pretty much just as small as Furmoria. So there's probably somebody else looking over, being like, wow, I'm really surprised that these guys are still. Around and, repeatedly kicking Ulm's butt. So, who knows what's going on over here that's keeping him alive. We saw that one assault that went poorly, so maybe there's been some other battles that we missed. But yeah, pretty slow turn for us. So yeah, let's turn 28. Okay, Ulm turn 29. More throne claiming. Lots of thrones, big game, so it'd be nice if we could get a throne someday, but, yeah, future goals. Abyssia declaring a prophet. Speaking of Furmoria, here they are, they're fighting a battle in Furmoria, so it looks like they're trying to kick Baratos off of their capital, and wow, yeah, that's more than, maybe they're doing better than I thought. Oh, they bought some mercenaries. Yeah, you can hire mercenary companies. So yeah, these guys are just spearmen, but hey, they're not terrible. And then yeah, he's got some other stuff. He's got these black dogs. Yeah, they're okay. They're stealthy, so that's cool. They have dark power. Doesn't matter because it's not dark, but and they have dark vision, perfect dark vision. So yeah, they're pretty good at night, or if you can get darkness, or in caves. But yeah, otherwise they're just really low protection. But there's quite a few of them. They're really fast. So he's got some Furbolg. So you see these guys in quite a few different factions. They're sort of just slightly better humans, really, half elves, half humans almost. They have a little more hit points than humans, but yeah, they just tend to be better skilled, right? So yeah, they're actually their protection is low, and they have no helmet, so they don't like archers. Archers are actually kind of good against them, but in melee they're actually pretty decent, but nothing amazing. And then these Fomorian kings are really good. This is super combatant, and yeah, he's been geared out. So yeah, some of his gear is a little on the budget side of things, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. This is cool. And this is, I think, only Femoria, or maybe only a couple nations can actually even make this. But anyway, yeah, so this guy's kind of similar to those Nephil giants that we've seen. So yeah, that's freaky to go up against. And then he's brought one of his casters out. We might have seen this one before. Yeah, probably, because of the Prophet. So yeah, she's a really good caster. And yeah, but it looks like, oh boy, yeah. Baratos has a bunch of their sacreds, which we've seen before, and then just a bunch of soldiers, kind of whatever. They would lose to the Furbolg, most likely, but they do outnumber them by a good amount. But yeah, now Baratos has brought some mages in, quite a few mages too, with gems. So yeah, it looks like Baratos is looking to basically do the same thing to Femoria, probably, and summon some of those elementals. And then he's got some of these guys. The Golden Order, this is from like an independent site. And yeah, they're really powerful mages. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And they've also have gems, maybe going to be summoning elementals or maybe doing something else cool. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be a good battle. But yeah, Femoria, yeah, they're outnumbered. So yeah, these are some water elementals. I think it's one of the elementals we haven't seen. Okay, yes, they don't have magic damage, but they're pretty good. They have really good regeneration underwater. They're kind of king of like underwater combat. Like, I guess no shocker. But yeah, even on land, they're kind of hard to damage. So these are just the smaller ones, I think. Yeah, size 3. So they're not as good as the full-size elementals, but still. And I think that was a full-sized air elemental. So they jumped in. You can see they're already starting to kill some of those poor black dogs. So this is a full-size, size 6 air elemental. Yeah, they're really tough. So yeah, that's bad news for Femoria. And then yeah, it looks like probably these guys are just doing they're summoning fire elementals, which like the air elementals are cool because they can fly. These fire elementals are probably going to do more damage to Baratos. You can see they already set one of his guys on fire. Summoning elementals is kind of tricky sometimes. I mean, air elementals are cool because yeah, they just fly, so you don't have to worry too much about them. But for the other elemental types, it's real easy for them to get hung up like behind your units if you're not careful. And I mean, water elementals, it just sort of means that like they get wasted, right? Because they don't necessarily make it into combat, and then you just spend gems on nothing. But yeah, for fire elementals, depending on the situation, sometimes you are spending gems to set your own guys on fire, which is always painful to watch. So yeah, like having them deep in this box of troops definitely helps keep them safe, but then there's like no room for the elementals to be summoned like right next to the casters, so they probably just pop out somewhere random. So yeah, I guess you just got unlucky. Usually for elemental summoners, I like to put them right at the front, or maybe on the flanks, like a little bit away from troops, although obviously like these are really valuable mages, and anytime you have mages that are kind of like loose, yeah, that's a little scary. But you can give them bodyguards, and then of course they're summoning elementals, so that usually if something tries to jump in on them, they'll get helped out by their elemental. But yeah, but anyway, the air elementals gonna mess things up anyway. Not sure what this guy's doing, our super combatant friend. He's probably Femoria's only hope. Looks like he gave himself mist form, which is really useful. We haven't seen that yet, I don't think, but it comes out a lot. So yeah, they're just really hard to damage, so all attacks only deal 1 point of damage. I think if you get hit by, I think it's 30, there's a certain threshold where if enough damage is dealt, then the enchantment ends. And then it also has like I think 1% chance of ending anytime that it does a damage reduction. But yeah, for the most part, it just reduces the damage you're taking by a ton. So it's pretty good. Although I don't know if it matters for magic weapons, which I think the elementals, they deal magic damage. So yeah, we'll see. Not sure. Possibly. Probably turn on team colored squares. Yeah, because it looks like Furbolg also summoned their own air elementals. So yeah, which is probably even worse in terms of these fire elementals, because they're going to want to tangle with these, so they're just going to hang out and set everybody on fire. But the water elementals, oh yeah, and they summon their own water elemental too, so you can see some water elemental on water elemental action. Although I'm not sure it's really going to matter, because yeah, these air elementals are really cleaning up a lot of stuff. Hey, so yeah, so some of it looks like they summoned some more fire elementals, and they must have popped out in front, so that's better luck for sure. And so yeah, these fire elementals are gonna do work, because they're full-sized. Yeah, it looks like nobody's routed yet on Furbolg's side, so that's good news. And it looks like they managed to handle most of the air elementals, or maybe the air elementals have been going after other air elementals. Yeah, the black dogs just, yeah, really spread out. Mercenaries, wow, yeah, still fighting. But yeah, more air elementals. This is just, yeah, elemental city. Yeah, and it just kind of demonstrates like how useful they are. And also why, like, you know, fire resistance is really useful on a bless. I don't know if these guys have it. I don't think they do, so that kind of hurts in terms of, because like not only like if you have fire resistance on your bless, it's like not only are you protected from other people's fire stuff, but you know, if you're trying to summon fire elementals, you can be a little more lax. You know, you don't have to worry that you're gonna trip yourself up as much. But yeah, it looks like the Furbolg are finally retreating. I'm surprised they last this long. The mercenaries, yeah, wow, surprisingly loyal. Our super combatant friend has gotten in combat. He has Blood Surge, which is, I don't think we've actually seen Furbolg's bless. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of stuff. So yeah, attack, shock, cold, defense, reinvigoration, you know, which just helps with fatigue, magic resistance, and then yeah, blood surge, and he's a little bit faster. So yeah, blood surge is, I think, is the only one we haven't really seen. So he's got to kill somebody, and then it can wear off. But then when he, like, every time he kills somebody, he gets it again. When it's active, it just boosts a bunch of his stats. So it's really good as long as you can kill guys, and that's usually not a problem. Like for this king, like he's gonna be killing guys for sure. So yeah, stats are really high. He is shock resistant, right? Because that's part of the bless. So yeah, this guy might be tough to take down, but I mean, his protection isn't that high. And I mean, there's so many guys. And you know, these sacreds, you know, they have magic weapons, and you know, they deal a lot of damage. So I think they're going to be able to kill him. Yeah, and there's the fire elemental here, so yeah, he's starting to take damage. Oh, and he routed. He's just like, nope. And of course he's stuck now, so yeah, and he's taking a lot of damage. I think he's gonna die. The casters are running now. So yeah, I don't know. Good attempt by Furbolg, but I mean, yeah, he just, you know, Baratos brought quite a few mages this time, and you can really see the difference in terms of, you know, bringing mages and summoning elementals in a fight versus, you know, before where they only had their sacreds. It didn't work out. So yeah, that's probably it for Furbolg. Okay, so we had a battle, and yeah, it was just raiding. You know, yeah, and he didn't really leave any province defense. Just, you know, a little bit. And then, yeah, looks like Niflheim is taking Arcocephali out. He only sent some super combatants, his Jarls, and some giants rather than like a full army. Yeah, and I mean that's not necessarily a bad idea, because if you just send in a bunch of like garbage and chaff, armies can just route based off total HP loss. I don't remember the threshold offhand, but basically once a certain amount of hit points is eliminated in an army, then everybody in the army runs away. So it's like you can get into situations where just, you know, all your chaff dies, and like maybe these guys, like, you know, are totally fine and could have won, but, you know, because you hit that threshold, you know, they're part of the army, so they retreat. So this way, you know, everything that he's sending in is pretty tough. And yeah, these Wind Riders were not able to handle these giants before in greater numbers. So yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that's going to change that equation. Like one mage, like, nah, that's not going to do anything. Does he have any others? No, I don't think so. So anyway, yeah. I think he has a prophet somewhere. But yeah. Yeah, so he's trying to get the... But yeah, I just don't think it's going to matter. Although, well, might kill... Yeah, I mean, he is killing this giant, at least. He might have actually gotten another giant. Not sure. Yeah, so I got a giant, but yeah, I mean, it's not enough. It looks like the giants ran away. You know, they have pretty decent morale, but I guess, you know, they're just taking a lot of damage. But yeah, the Jarls are still, well, this guy's actually, I think it's probably, yeah, quickness again, most likely. So yeah, he's like right at the edge of sleep, so that's kind of rough. This guy has quickness. Oh, you know what, these give extra reinvigoration. Yeah. So that's a good idea that he put those on him. Yeah, this guy doesn't have it. He probably just hasn't managed to make some more yet. Looks like he does. Is that? Oh yeah, this caster. Got him with like those little, it's like bond of fire or something. Just traps him. It's not really a big deal for the giants. Is he? No, he's not asleep. So yeah, anyway. I think they got this. But closer than I was expecting. Definitely. But yeah, I think, oh, no, somebody else got eliminated. I guess Arco still, must have some provinces. We got a vine bow. So yeah, this is mostly good, other than the unrest. That kind of sucks. Especially like on our fort. Just less gold. Once you go over 100 unrest, you can't recruit in that province. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that, because we do want to recruit in this province. In fact, yeah, we are recruiting. So yeah, I think that's it for events. Yeah, looks like Makona is moving down here. Still not sure really what they're doing. They were also fighting with Femoria, so not sure why this is down here. Yeah, so there's still this army. And it looks like, yeah, we're still just recruiting. We haven't really moved out anywhere skeletons or anything yet. So still trying to just build up forces. You know, I mean, probably pretty cautious now. I mean, we've lost to this monolith twice. So, yeah, definitely not looking to jump back in immediately. You don't want to try to bring some more tools to that fight. And then, of course, yeah, I mean, this is, you know, has to be dealt with, and that's not going to be easy. So we really got to get through this first before we can really even, you know, think about the monolith. And yeah, we got to have some kind of plan for the monolith. So doing some more research. Definitely starting to gear up some more chiefs. This guy has a lot of gear. Probably too much gear, really, for this chassis. But, yeah, don't have a ton of tools against that monolith. Hopefully at least some of that is just random stuff that we've picked up. But yeah, maybe not. And yeah, kind of a slow turn for us. So yeah, it's turn 29. Alright, turn 30 Ulm. We researched alteration 4, so that gives us swarm, which is probably part of the reason that we haven't been moving out yet. So now we're going for construction 4. More throne claiming. This is Maverny. We found a magic site, enchanted tomb. I think that's death, so that's good. More profits. Recapturing one of our... Oh, finally clearing our cap circle. And yeah, it was pretty rough. So we were using those long deads against the barbarians. Yeah, and ironically, this is a place, if we still had the archers, would have been somewhat helpful. Because yeah, protection 7, but we don't have the archers anymore. So yeah, just sort of using the undead. I don't know why these guys are routing. Oh no, wait, I know why they're routing. How did this... Yeah, I remember this. This is rough. More scripting errors. So yeah, we pinged last turn with this Mound King, so we had him set to retreat so that we wouldn't lose him, which is great, but then you really got to take him off retreat when you attack, and he's leading troops, which we did not. So there he goes. And then the thing of it is he's the only guy that can lead our undead. So yeah, once he leaves, these guys at least are not mindless, I think. So that is why they then retreat, because there's no leaders on the field left for them. But these undead are mindless, I think. Yeah. And so they just die if there's no commander left on the field for them. So yeah, they all start just collapsing basically, and yeah, and then the rest of our army goes in, and they do all right. We do lose quite a few maidens because we were hoping to use the skeletons to soak up a lot of that damage, but of course they did not. So that's a ton of gems down the drain. And yeah, then lost some troops, not too many, but yeah, that really hurts. That's embarrassing. But yeah, scripting errors, they're part of Dominion's life. So yeah, we had some other battles. We got attacked here. Yeah, just kind of playing the raiding game with this army because we're busy squandering our reinforcements elsewhere on barbarians. So just trying to keep these guys busy. And yeah, he probably doesn't really feel like he has enough to take my forts, so we're sort of just stalemated right now, just raiding back and forth. This is Agartha taking stuff back from Arcocephale, but wow, yeah, it didn't work out. Kind of surprised. I would have expected, so Mind Blast is coming down, but these devils have pretty good magic resistance. And yeah, then there's just a couple of Wind Riders here, and that's pretty much it. So, and then they've got a bunch of these blasters, and then these fire summons, which are decently nasty. And then I have not fought these before, but they're undead, they're ethereal, they have like this life drain, so I'm pretty sure that yeah, so you get health and fatigue back from when you're dealing damage to enemies, and it's considered magic. So I mean, yeah, these guys are pretty good. They have some resistances and stuff, decent health. You know, their stat line is okay. No protection, but they are ethereal. So yeah, not really sure what happens here. Oh, there you go. There's Swarm right there. So yeah, this is actually really one of Arcosavali's really good casters. That's a lot of magic pass, way more magic pass than we get as Olm. Kind of a squishy chassis, not a lot of hit points, but it does have really, really high. Oh, 6. Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, really cool caster. Pretty expensive from what I recall. So but yeah, so it looks like the devils just jump in because they're flying. And yeah, these Olms, like, you know, yeah, they don't have any, they have a little bit of protection, but like, yeah, in melee, not so great. They also have a life drain, so that's good, but, yeah, I mean, they want to be doing the Mind Blast at range, and then, of course, these guys, too, with higher magic resistance, I guess are resisting the Mind Blast a lot more, and these guys probably aren't getting helped, by the fact that it's cold here, although, yeah, not really sure. Yeah, their stats are really low. Yeah, there you go. So they're getting -2 from the cold, probably to like a bunch of stats. So yeah, it's definitely not helping these guys. And then I think more bugs came out. Yeah. And then Wind Riders came in. I think that was a caster. Yeah, and then these, you know, Olms, they're out of here. And then yeah, these guys, I don't even know what they did. They're mages, but yeah, with the cold-blooded, yeah, they don't like cold either. Agartha in general doesn't love cold, so yeah, this is kind of a rough battle for them. And then yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with the penumbrals here. It seems like they're still fighting. Maybe. Not very well, though, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really seem to do too much. They are really outnumbered. And the Wind Riders do have pretty good defense. So, yeah, it's just hard for them to land hits. I don't think those penumbrals had great attack. So, yeah. You know, Arcosavali's in trouble, but that went well. Yeah, and it's just the rating. And then Agartha, they beat some barbarians that had an enchantress in tow. Yeah, they didn't really take too many casualties. Just a few of those magma children. Yeah, just with the low protection, yeah, they seem to die quite a bit. And then Macone got attacked by barbarians, because, yep, always barbarians. And they took the province. And then barbarians attacked Maverny, and took the province. So, yeah, barbarians. We lost a scout, just probably some random patrols. So, yeah, you know, that happens as you're, like, scouting around. So, yeah, wow, that really hurts. Another loss. I mean, we won, but, like, yeah, just... Whew, you know, shouldn't have lost all those undead. I was really hoping to use these, use them down here, you know, against an actual player, instead of just losing them needlessly to some barbarians, or not even to some barbarians, to some bad scripting. But yeah, let's see. I think we've probably chewed through, yeah, most of our death gems. So we can't really get that amount of undead back. So yeah, it's just sort of lost gems, really. So we'll just have to rely on trying to get maybe some more of these guys to help us with the monolith. And then we did get Alteration 4, so we have Swarm, that same spell that you know, Arcosavali was using. So we'll be able to get our own bugs. So yeah, they're gonna have to take the place of the undead. You know, they're not as good, but you know, yeah, we can get more of them anyway, so that's good. So yeah, turn 30, not fantastic.